Hi, welcome back to Drafting Design and Stationery. Today I thought I'd just make a little video on what kind of bolts you need to replace the water pump on a Ford 302 V8. This happens to be in the 1995 F-150. Now the reason I'm making this video is because when I was doing this, I actually snapped this bolt back here, so I had to get a replacement, and I could not find a definitive answer anywhere online. Not on Reddit, not in any forums, not on YouTube, about what kind of bolts you need for this water pump. Now, the water pump bolt kit has been discontinued by Ford about 10 years ago, so you cannot get it from Ford, and as far as I can tell, there is no aftermarket brand that makes a water pump stud kit or bolt kit for F-150s with the 5.0. One option is to get a water pump stud kit for the late 70s. I can't remember exactly what years, but it's a late 70s Mustang with the 5.0. And if you do that, these bolts up here will be all replaced by studs. Those kits come with studs, but the underhead lengths and the thread pitches are the same. So again, a water pump stud kit for a late 70s Mustang with the 5.0 will work. But if you're in a pinch like I was, what you can do is go down to a bolt supply store, and you're going to want to pick up some grade 8 UNC bolts. So I'll show you what you want over here. This is what came out of it. These are the old ones. This is the one I broke here, so it's not there. Now these 5 bolts here, again, you're going to want to go to a hardware store or a bolt supply store. They are grade 8 UNC. Not UNF. UNF is the fine thread. UNC is what you want. They're 5/16 by 18. That's 18 threads per inch. And you're gonna need to pick up 2 4-inch bolts, 1 2 3/4, and 2 2-inch bolts. Now again, you're gonna want grade 8 UNC bolts, and you're gonna want to slather them with anti-seize. Don't put any on the threads where they engage with the timing cover, or the timing housing, sorry, because that'll mess with your torque specs. But on the body or the shaft of the bolt, you want to cover that in anti-seize. All right, so just one more time, those are grade 8 UNC bolts, or 5/16 by 18. You're gonna want 2 4 inches, a 2 3/4, and 2 2 inches. And that'll cover these 5 holes up here that have the bolts. Now for your 2 studs, what you're gonna wanna do is go and pick up, this here is made by Dorman. It's the Dorman water pump stud kit for Fords. It's Dorman number 23744. And so this comes with 1 long bolt, a short stud, and a longer stud. I actually had an extra one of these bolts, so that's why there's still one in here. But if you get this kit, you're going to want to take the longer bolt and the longer stud out of it. This short stud, you will not use that. Now, the long stud that's in this kit is going to replace this here smooth stud that your AC and power steering pumps pivot on. So that's this one right here. You're going to replace it with the long stud from the Dorman kit. Now this your second threaded stud, you are going to replace with the long bolt that came out of the Dorman kit. The Dorman kit doesn't come with the long stud, it has a bolt instead, but that is perfectly fine because down here this lower stud was never actually used for anything, right? So we just replace it with the bolt, and that takes care of those 2. And that's everything you need. So again, just to wrap it up for you there, you're going to want the Dorman water pump stud kit 23744, and you're going to need the long bolt and the long stud from that for these 2 to replace the 2 studs down there. For the rest of the bolts, you want to go to a bolt supply, get grade 8 UNC bolts, 2 4 inches, a 2 3/4, 2 2 inches, And this is the 2 3/4 right here. These worked out perfectly for me. I did not have to cut any more threads onto them. I did not have to shorten them. They were the perfect length. Everything was perfect about them. The only thing is that on the 2 2-inch bolts, you can see up here, if I can get in, they do stick out of the back of the housing for a bit. If that's something that bothers you, you can trim them down that, what is that, maybe a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch. But since those are open back holes, it does not actually matter. The other 3 bolts were perfect. So that is what you need. As far as I know, this is the only and first video or information on the internet about exactly what you need to buy for bolts for this water pump. I will put a link in the description to the water pump bolt kit by Dorman. And I will also just list off what bolts you'll need to pick up as well. And be sure to use lots of anti-seize all over the shaft. All right, take care. Thank you for watching.